Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to Team Forbidden's YouTube page again. It is Andrew the Collector here with an update for Skull Servants. Well, I guess you can't really say update because, the first Skull Servant video that we had on our channel, but they recently got new support in the Blazing Vortex, which is extremely broken. So we're here to showcase it and hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so starting off we have 3 Skull Servant. It's Skull Servant. It's a level 1 vanilla, 300 attack, 200 defense. He is only used for fodder for the big King of the Skull Servants. For every Skull Servant in your graveyard, he gains 1,000 attack points. And while he's in the graveyard, he's treated as a Skull Servant. From here on out, all the other Skull Servant or white monsters have that effect. And that's basically the main gimmick of this deck, is to just fill the graveyard up with all the different monsters, summon him out, and then swing for game, because he was pretty much Grandmaji before Grandmaji was popular. Now off to the new card, White Baking. It's I guess you can say a hand trap, and if a zombie monster you control would be destroyed, you can discard him instead. And when he's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Skull Servant or 1 card that specifically lists Skull Servant in its text, either or. So yeah, he's really good at searching out your deck for your play extensions. Next up is Lady in White. Her on-field effect is that's King of the Skull Servant, and is unaffected by spells and traps and can't be destroyed with battle. So that's really good. White Prince is one of the backbones of the deck. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Skull Servant and 1 Lady in White from your deck to the graveyard, and that's not once per turn. So you send him, get 2 more, and if you have another way to get another one of him to the graveyard, you can activate that effect again. His secondary effect is that you can banish him and then 2 Skull Servants to special summon a king from your deck. So really great way to get him out. 3 White Princess. When she is normal summoned, you can send 1 White Prince from your deck to your graveyard, and you can send her from the hand or from the field, which is a quick effect, by the way. And all monsters on the field lose 300 attack for each of their level or ranks, so that's really great. And then the last of the Skull Servant monsters is White Mare. It has 2 hand effects. You can discard it, and then you can either special summon one of your banished King of the Skull Servants or Lady in Whites that are banished, or you can send 1 other White Mare or regular Skull Servant that's banished back to your graveyard. So if you use Prince's effect to banish any of your Skull Servants to special summon out a king from the graveyard, from the deck, you can discard him and recur your resources to increase your king, plus you get him in the graveyard to increase your King of Skull Servant's attack by another 1,000. So yeah, and like I said before, all these monsters, they have the effect to where their names are treated as Skull Servant while in the graveyard, just to further boost up your king. So yeah, it's really good. And off to the other support monsters, 3 Union Zombie, probably the best zombie support card in the entire game. You guys know its effect. Once per turn, you can send a zombie monster from your hand to the graveyard to increase its level by 1, or send a zombie monster from your deck to your graveyard to increase its level by 1. So yeah, you use this effect on either your White Prince or your White Baking to get their effects off too. So yeah, and it's really good. It also really helps to get Mizuki into your graveyard, to banish it, to special summon 1 of your kings or any of your other resources to extend your plays. And then your other normal summon is Gozuki, to normal summon him out and send a zombie monster from your deck to your graveyard. Or if he is in the graveyard, you can banish him, and you can banish another zombie type monster to special summon a zombie type monster from your hand. So he's pretty much your secondary Union Zombie. But if you don't have Union Zombie in your hand, he's a good option too, but you're always going to want to dedicate your normal summon to Union Zombie. I don't run Shiranui Solitaire because it can be ashed too easily and it can halt your plays. So it's just better to just run without it, particularly in Skull Servants. And then 1 Jackal Bloom to help with the control if you're going first. Now after the spells, 3 Forbidden Droplet. If there was ever a support card that Skull Servants can utilize the most, it's definitely Forbidden Droplets. Because this deck definitely, like I showed you, definitely thrives on getting monsters into the graveyard. So what better way to get monsters in the graveyard by also negging your opponent's monsters, which can't be responded to. So that's really good. But if you don't have any of these, you can pretty much substitute. You'll have other substitutes, which I'll go into when I get into the side deck. And then they're all darks, so 3 Allure of Darkness. Good side note is that the only one that is not dark is White Princess, which she's a light. So if you want, you can even run the Chaos version in this. But like I said, we'll get to more of that when we get into the side deck. And the staples one-ofs are 1 Monster Reborn, Begone Demon Child, 1 for 1, and Foolish Burial. These basically should speak for themselves. Now off to the extra deck. The thing about Skull Servants is that you can run them in a wide variety of different different types of decks. Like you could do Lightsworn, you can do Zombie Control, you can go Pure like this one. So if you want to run Pure, obviously 3 Vampire Sucker with the 1 Vendread Savior and the Wee Witch Apprentice to get even more attack points. Then since they're level 1, link Karibo. In case you get stuck with only 1, you summon out one of your level 1s and link it out for link Karibo and then go from there. And then our last link is 1 Nightmare Phoenix because back row is this deck's biggest enemy. And then since we're running Union Zombie, we're also running Synchros with Dawn Dragster and probably the best card in the entire game being Black Rose Dragon. And then I'm also running Shooting Star Dragon because the thing that this deck struggles with the most is going first. So I found that if you summon out Shooting Riser Dragon, have him out, use his effect to send one of your level 1s to the graveyard, making his level 6, and then you have another level 1 out on your side of the field, whether it's a king or mare or whatever. This card can synchro summon during your opponent's turn, so you sync this off during their turn. You got Black Rose Dragon to blow up their field to interrupt their plays. So that's a really good going first strategy if you manage to pull it off. 1 Red Eyes Zombie Dragon, or Zombie Necro Dragon, excuse me, and then 1 Scarlet Red Dragon. And then our only rank 1 is Sylvan Princess. You really don't have to run this one. It's probably the extra deck monster that you would go into the least, but it's basically a Foolish Burial if it's played properly. And off to the side deck. Like I said, back row is our biggest enemy, so we want to run Twin Twisters. I don't want to run Cosmic Cyclone in this because the discard could actually benefit you this time, but depending on your build, you can run Cosmic if you want. Then we run the Solemn Brigade, which is 3 Solid Strike and 3 Judgment. Because if you win the dice roll, you want to go second. So if you win or lose the next one and you go first, you can side all this in to combat if they choose for you to go first. Now, speaking of going first, Zombie World plus Rivalry of Warlords is a really good control aspect. Like I said, you can go Lightsworn or you can go the Zombie World control. excuse me build. So yeah, it's honestly up to personal preference on what type of build that you want to go. Just you can use mine as a template, but these are definitely the staples that you want to run. You can even run the Super Poly version, and then 1 Red Reboot because, like I said, back row is our biggest enemy. And that's it for the deck profile. But yeah, like I was saying before, Lightsworn, Zombie Horde, and Pure, you can run it any different way. But if you want to really go competitive, you can go the Lightsworn version because you can run all the different Lightsworn monsters. You can run the higher links like Access Code Talker, Appaloosa, if you want to go with more control build. But this is just a pure build for all of you, I guess you can say purists and rogue players. And it's also extremely budget too. You know, aside from, you know, the forbidden droplets, it's going to be your biggest hindrance in terms of price. But like I said, if you want to take these out, you can put in, you know, either the 3 zombie world or even the rivalry of warlords if you want to go budget. Anyway, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below for any future videos, and we'll catch you guys later.